Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your national television, ORTM 1. This is the time of your English program of every Saturday and Sunday. First, the main headlines. The first step of project of the new constitution had been submitted this week to the President of the Transition, Colonel Assimi Goïta, this after 3 months of work. The Minister of Economic took part in the 2022 annual meeting of the IMF and the World Bank in Washington. The event brought together finance and development ministers from all countries, senior officials, leaders of financial institutions, the private sector, and civil society organizations from all countries. We will also talk about the 145th Assembly of Interparliamentary which took place in Kigali, Rwanda. Our Malian delegation, led by the CNT president, took part in it. Hello everybody, thanks for watching your newsroom. First of all, we start by the project of a new constitution. The first step of the project of the new constitution had been submitted this week to the President of the Transition, Colonel Assimi Goïta. This after 3 months of work in which the living forces of the nation have been associated through consultations and contribution via the website of the said commission. A very important step in the process for the rebirth of Mali, initiated by the President of the Transition in collaboration with members of his government. The end is reserved for the people who will vote by referendum. Report Sira Bachili, translated by Gausu Jara.
A reform of great importance for our nation Mali, a new constitution or a new social contract. This is the fourth republic on the paper. The first step of project of a new constitution has been officially brought to the President of the Transition, His Excellency Colonel Assimi Goïta. The redaction commission of the new constitution had 3 months to provide a new constitution to the people of Mali. President of the Commission of Redaction of the New Constitution, Sir Husseini Samake, said, we have discussed and talked to the political parties, we talked to the civil society, we spoke to the army forces of defense, we spoke to the religious organizations. The work has been organized in 4 regions and the district of Bamako. We have met political parties and civil society. During the meeting and discussion with political parties and civil society, 355 people took part in the discussion. We have listened 640,000 for regions and the district of Bamako. We have created a website. This website is used to know the contribution of Malian people from inside to outside. The site recorded more than 58,000 visitors, more than 1,752 contributors online. This is a significant meeting to talk about inclusivity and participation. However, we didn't want to provide the whole information about the first step of project of a new constitution during this ceremony. Besides, President of the Commission specified that the new constitution guaranteed fundamental rights for the people, but the new constitution didn't answer all the basic needs. The aspiration of the people for good governance has been written in the new constitution. Essentially, this new constitution can be an opportunity to repair some mistake. His Excellency Assimi Goïta appreciated this first step of project of the new constitution. For him, Mali will know a better future with this new constitution.
The Minister of Economy took part in the 2022 annual meeting of the IMF and the World Bank in Washington. The event brings together twice a year finance and development ministers from all countries, senior officials, leaders of financial institutions, the private sector, and civil society organizations from all countries. The debate focused in particular on issues related to poverty reduction, international economic development, and the development of human capital. Let's follow Alfsin Turkey reports translated by Gasu Jara.
On October 10, the Minister of Economic and Finances took part in a meeting in the Malian embassy in Washington. He had worked with Malian representatives at the World Bank and many other personalities of the institution. The Minister of Economic and Finances spoke about the respect of the sovereignty of Mali and the defense of interests of the Malian population are the principles which leads outside policy of Mali. Al-Fousseni Sanou has also met Vice President of the World Bank for West Africa and the Center. The Minister of Economic and Finances spoke to these personalities about real political and economic situation of our country. We have to overcome some challenge in order to make sure social services for our people. Malian delegation has appreciated these discussions.
The 145th Assembly of Interparliamentary took place in Kigali, Rwanda. This major event gathered parliamentarians from around the world. The opening ceremony was led by Rwandan President Paul Kagame. It was marked by a series of interventions that allow participants to better understand the choice of this assembly, which relate to gender equality, peace, and democracy. For the Malian delegation led by the president of the CNT, another opportunity to talk about Mali's agreement to the international community. A report, Fuseni Tungara, translated by Angel Dambele.
7 minutes is the time taken by the President of the National Transitional Council, Colonel Malik Diaw, to convey his message on the themes of gender equality and gender-sensitive parliaments, subjects of the general debates of this 145th General Assembly of Interparliamentary. The Honorable Malik Diaw first clarified how important the chosen theme is for Mali to show the audience that the gender issue is the top priority for the states of Mali, to paraphrase parts of the Malian constitution which gives women their rightful place. At the assembly was also declared progress to the assets of Mali in relation to the promotion of gender, achievements that come in many forms. After having paid tribute to women of Mali, Colonel Malik Diaw wanted to share his own analysis with the executive committee of Interparliamentary in the interest of moving toward a resilient world. This general debate, which began on Wednesday, October 12, 2022 in Nouakchott, Mauritania, and which continued the following day, the Assembly will adopt a final document which will serve as a way bill for parliamentarians who must normally make a restitution to the population level.
Transition President handed over Bukunir region free medical ambulances for the health district of Selenge, Yamfulla, and Bukuni. The keys of these ambulances have been delivered by the special advisor to the President of the Transition to the Governor of the region, Brigadier General Skeba Sangare. It was in the presence of administrative, political, health, and civil society authorities. ORTM journalist Jafar Aydra from Bukuni localities, account translated by Angel Dambele for the English Time.
Transition President His Excellency Colonel Assimi Goïta has made available to Buguni region free medical ambulances, the keys of which were given to the Governor of the region, Brigadier General Keba Sangare, by the Special Advisor to the President of the Transition, Assamba Diallo Touré. This reception of the ambulances is a response to the basic social needs of the populations. According to the Governor, these ambulances will improve the health system of the region and will ensure medical evacuations in the health districts of Yamfolila, Buguni, and Selengi. The governor of the region, Brigadier General Keba Sangari, accompanied by a large delegation, visited Jawara family to greet in the solidarity of Mrs. Jawara, a 109 years old, the oldest in Buguni locality, expressed the blessing for peace in our country and for the highest authorities.
We stay with Angel Dambele, who will tell us about the delivery of the ambulance key offered by the President of the Transition to the political and health authorities of Neuro. Let's follow her report.
This endowment of Neuro Reference Health Center with a medical ambulance partly responds to the complaints made by the authorities of the region during the visit of the Prime Minister Dr. Shogel Kokala Maiga in December 2021. By receiving the key to the ambulance, the president of the Circle Council and the center's head doctor did not hide their joy. The governor of the region took advantage of these discounts to see the progress of construction work in the center and to visit the premises of the center before meeting the staff to identify the problems.
Members of the National Defense, Security and Civil Protection Commission of the CNT visited École de Guerre du Mali, located in Badalabuku, a former officers' mess. The latter came to appreciate the quality of the education, the pride of the military command. The establishment conducts research studies on defense and security issues in Mali and the Sahel in general. Eventually, the school should open up to trainees from neighboring countries. Report Adama Jiminde, Drissa Kadamele for English Time.
École de Guerre du Mali is the highest military training school in our country. Senior officers composed of colonels and major colonels take courses there. There are different corps: engineering, military, National Guard, Gendarmerie, Air Force, and Army. Members of the Commission in charge of the national defense of National Council of Transition went to appreciate the quality of teaching and collect facilitators' preoccupations of this new structure, which makes Malians pride. Members of the National Defense of CNT said they are satisfied because people they saw are well-trained and impregnated with their role. This school must be used to promote Mali influence. It's a political will of transition authorities.
The monitoring committee of the peace agreement resulting from Algiers process held their 46th ordinary session in municipal headquarters this week. Led by the president of CSA, all signatory parties of this agreement, as well as the chairperson of the municipal, took part in the event. The agenda focused, among other things, on the point of the 16 development projects presented at the previous session. A report Nyanya Aliou Traoré, Drissa Kadamele for the translation.
Algeria will never accept a territorial division of Mali, a separation between the south and the north. Alger agreements are the only solution to reestablish Mali and put it on the way to development. These are words from President Tebboune. He showed the full commitment of Mali's friends to diligently implement the agreement for peace, unity, and stability. According to him, decisions from this meeting should open the way to satisfy populations' expectations in terms of socio-economic development and humanitarian solidarity. This 46th ordinary session of the Monitoring Committee of Peace Agreement took place at MINUSMA headquarters. All parties to the agreement were present, especially women of CSA in Kidal also followed activities by video conference. They were all happy. It was an opportunity to ask what they need to boast. Nothing has been done concretely for 3 to 4 months, but next week will be a week of decisions.
Holding of the conference of press at the Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research. The objective is to explain the latest hearing of assistant professors, the results of which are disputed by some. For more details, let's follow Amadou Wan, Secretary General in the Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research. He is at the microphone of Ali Idrissa Maiga. His speech is translated by Fatou Drame.
In 2021, the Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research has instructed higher education institutions to inform it of the situation relating to their teacher researcher recruitment needs, and there is an estimated need for 1,450 new teacher researchers, including 747 doctors and 700 freeholders of masters. The government of Mali has made available to the Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research for the financial year 2022 a budget of 1 billion CFA. This budget makes it possible to recruit 117 teachers, researchers. A call for applications was launched. A selection committee was set up and the competition supervision. It was at the end of the process that the results were announced on October 6, 2022. At the end of the deadline for receipt of files, 1,592 applications were registered for the post of assistant and 316 for the post of master assistant. The work of counting and file selection subcommission made it possible to select 1,486 files and to reject 106 for various reasons.
October 11th is a yearly celebration of Girls International Day Mali. Out of the theme chosen this year, Malian authorities tackled participation of girls in the promotion of their rights. This day emphasizes the need to address the challenges that girls face. This with the aim of promoting empowerment and the realization of their fundamental rights. Report Anshata Kulubali and Gasu Jara for English version.
This day was celebrated by Sira Touré in the embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands in Mali in order to show the responsibility of women. Sira Touré has come to discuss with His Excellency, the Ambassador of Netherlands in Mali, about climate change, development, and the health of reproduction. Sira Touré was excited about this honor. When I have come here, my expectation is that many girls can aspire for leadership. They must not say that they are girls and they can't do that. In fact, together we can be successful. I am with His Excellency the Ambassador. I want that we will work hand in hand to build a common leadership so as to develop our nation for the future. This initiative was appreciated by His Excellency, the Ambassador of Netherlands in Mali. It's extremely important to make girls responsible and also to give them many opportunities for the future. For His Excellency, the Ambassador of Netherlands in Mali, this initiative of Sira about leadership may be an opportunity for the girls to be responsible. To talk to Sira about leadership was very interesting. It's an honor to have her, and we.
The President of the Economic, Social and Cultural Council received in audience this week a delegation from Tunisian Health Alliance, a consortium of 15 companies operating in the health sector in Tunisia. The partnership project between Mali and the consortium was addressed by Yacouba Katlé and the delegation, a partnership that aims to strengthen the pharmaceutical industry, medical devices, care services, continuing education and health technologies. Follow Moura Karouf, founding member of Tunisia Health Alliance, at the microphone of Nouhoum Sissoko. His remarks are translated by Angèle Dambélé.
Tunis Health Alliance, which is a Tunisian economic interest group composed of several Tunisian companies that cover the entire health value chain. We have come precisely to discuss with the Council on the various avenues of technical partnership to strengthen the essential in the field of health. The President is delighted to have this initiative. I think this is the only start of future work sessions that we will do with the Council, so the chances are multiple. We talked about training, technical platform. We also talked about our benefits from a Tunisian experience in relation to certain aspects. Now the difficult part begins. These are projects that should be planned over 20 years or more. We are all concerned with health. We saw what happened at the COVID time. The world separated by the COVID, so these are projects on the medium and long-term cost.
Sport football. Mali won the Wefu Zone a qualifying tournament trophy for the Africa Cup of Nations Under 17 following its victory over Senegal 4-2. The score at the end of the regulation time was 1-1. Mali is a good champion which has won all his matches. Back home after their coronation, the Wefu Zone A champions were welcomed at the President Modibo Keita Bamako Senu Airport with all the honors. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of Mali News, but stay with us for the English lesson, a lesson prepared and presented by Amadou Balle.
Hello everybody, welcome in your English class. Aujourd'hui, nous allons étudier un temps en anglais qu'on appelle the future tense, le temps futur. Nous allons parler des deux signes du futur, the two signs of the future, et toutes les expressions qui nous permettent de parler du futur. Expressions that we use to talk about the future. Of course, il y a une question qui se pose. C'est la suivante. Qu'est-ce que c'est que le futur? What is the future? D'après une définition, the future talks about things that have not happened yet. Le futur parle des choses qui n'ont encore pas eu lieu. À l'école, nous avons tous appris qu'il y a deux signes du futur. The two signs of the future are will, W-I-L-L, et shall, S-H-A-L-L. Chaque fois que vous verrez will devant un verbe, c'est un futur. For instance, we will do it by any means necessary. Nous le ferons tel que soit alpha de Y. We will do it. Et ce qui fait la beauté de will, c'est que will s'utilise à toutes les personnes. Comme I will, you will, he will, she will, it will, we will, you will, they will. C'est pourquoi c'est plus utilisé de nos jours. Chaque fois que vous utiliserez donc I ou we, vous pouvez toujours utiliser will. Il n'y a pas de souci. La contraction de we will est W-E''L'. She will not come. La négation. Will not peut se contracter à W-O-N''T, meaning she won't come. Don't waste your time. Will she come pour l'interrogation. Shall, par contre, s'utilise avec I et we. Comme I shall tell you. Je te le dirai. Or, we shall overcome. Une phrase bien connue. Nous vaincrons. We shall overcome. À la négation, shall not devient shan't. S-H-N apostrophe T. Shan't. Will et shall ne sont pas les deux seuls mots qui nous permettent de parler du futur, parce qu'on avait des expressions. On a des expressions comme going to. Going to, le fameux gonna qui parle de l'intention. For instance, they are going to help us. Ils nous aideront. They are going to help us. C'est leur intention. Si nous voulons aussi parler de prévision, going to. It's going to rain. Il pleuvra peut-être dans 30 minutes, 40, etc. ou même dans une heure. Si nous voulons parler par contre de l'imminence de la situation, ça veut dire que l'action est sur le point de se passer, on utilise to be about to. For instance, the milk is about to boil. Le lait est sur le point de bouillir. Or, l'arbre est sur le point de tomber. The tree is about to fall. Nous avons aussi le présent que l'on utilise pour parler du futur, mais dans une seule condition, il faut qu'il y ait un marqueur de temps. Un marqueur de temps qui indique le futur, comme tomorrow. I call you tomorrow. Not I will call you tomorrow. Le will a disparu parce que tomorrow indique le futur. Nous avons tonight. She leaves tonight. Elle quitte ce soir. Not she will leave tonight. Parce que tonight est dans le futur. Qu'est-ce qu'il faut retenir? Will et shall, les deux signes du futur. L'intention going to et la prévision. L'imminence de la situation, to be about to. Avant de vous quitter aujourd'hui, je vais vous laisser avec un quote qu'on appelle une citation de Mahatma Gandhi, bien connu. He said, quote, "The future depends on what we do in the present." The future depends on what we do in the present. Le futur dépend de ce que nous faisons dans le présent. Merci d'avoir été avec nous tout le long du cours. Thank you and see you next time. Bye bye.
Thanks for watching us. We will be together next Saturday and Sunday, same time, same channel for another English time. May God bless Mali. Goodbye.